Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach, with me, Daniel. It's part 102 today, and this is the defining moment of the season because we've already wrapped up the Premier League, we've bottled all the cups as always, but now it's the one we really want. The Champions League against Bayern Munich, the strongest side in Europe on paper, the side that battered us in the quarterfinals last year. But what will happen in today's one? We've got two legs separated by a Tottenham game in the Premier League in which we will see a full reserve side. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can do the unthinkable and reach the showpiece event next time out, then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content. We had a very special episode yesterday in the Hemel Save as we brought up the century in style. We had a very unique thumbnail for it and it gives half the story away. There was also a crazy transfer deadline day in that too. You can find a link to that in the eye above, as well as the Twitch channel and the football podcast for regular content. There's also a link to the new merchandise store up there too, where you can find products related to our series and catchphrases here on the channel. And you can get 5% off for the next couple of weeks with code LOADFM5 at checkout. Finally, you can support the show as a channel member down below by clicking the join button if you wish. But let's get cracking with the Champions League semi-final, because this is the moment we've waited for. You can see we've dropped points in the league at the weekend because we've been resting loads of people for this. We need our strongest possible side available. Bayern Munich have three of the best players in the world, all youngsters, all brilliant, and all ready to put us to the sword, I'm sure. They were all here last year as well, a key part of the plans. They've also got the experience in the squad. They've got Karim Adeyemi, who's at the club. He's been really strong for them in the last few years. They've also got Alphonso Davies, who's an original there, still flying at left back at 32 years of age. But then we have to get to the stars, because in centre midfield, they've got Kim Jae-woo, who is probably the best midfielder in the world at 24. They've then got one of the best number 10s in the world who can also play up front in Lucas Dennis. He is an absolute superstar. I think he probably is the best player in world football at 23, scoring 1 goal per cap for France. And then the striker, I'm not sure where he is. Maybe he's injured at the bottom. No, he's fit. He's been rested at the weekend because they've got a 23-year-old Turkish striker who's just insane. Better than Mbappe now because Mbappe's starting to decline. And again, scoring 1 goal per cap for his national side, Turkey. So that is three of the best players you will ever see. They've got some quality at the back as well. There's one of their centre-halves as an example. So it is basically the side that everyone wants to avoid. And to win the Champions League in this save, I'm starting to think I might need to end up getting this job, because otherwise I don't know how it happens. So Bayern Munich are going to be a formidable opponent. First though, let's very quickly see the games we played off camera. Just the two since the last episode against Arsenal. We struggled to beat them and they're 6th in the Premier League. Aston Villa were the first opponent since you were last with me. We beat them with a Kylian Mbappe penalty, a late red card from Villa. They were just defensive, gritty, backs to the wall. We struggled to break them down. We then failed to break down Leeds, a 1-1 draw as Emre Uzun equalised just after half time there. But you can see from the starting 11 and the substitutes, it wasn't the first team, albeit perhaps should have been strong enough to beat Leeds. So let's go and get into the Bayern game. We will play the Spurs one off camera. Both legs of this massive Bayern tie are coming to us live. Let's get to the first of them at Old Trafford. I have no idea what to expect other than a very strong Bayern Munich side. But it looks like we might have a few back to fitness. Didn't even realise they had Damsgaard and Havertz too. This is going to be so tricky. Back in a moment to run through the 11. And here is our team for today. The big news is that Sellian Boyer is just about back. He's not match fit. He's not passed a fitness test, but we're going to gamble it. He'll get the weekend off regardless. Our team in full is Fournier in goal, Gaia and Pavati the fullbacks, with Benjamin alongside Inacio centre-half. Still no sign of Jesus Bissonate just yet. And Ponza and Hannibal in the middle. Big weakness without Jalocca, of course. Yakubu, Zolis and Boyer the attacking midfield three. And Kylian Mbappe, 41 goals this year up front. He's just declining. There's still no sign of a new contract. So there's going to be another massive void in this squad come the summer. Let's go and get into it though. The Champions League semi-final. We're playing the strongest side in Europe, but we've got to keep ourselves in the tie at home. 5 changes for Bayern Munich. Return of the Turkish striker. 3 very experienced men in the squad and the first choice goalkeeper too. We've got 11 changes from our league game, but this is going to be an uphill task because they've got the perfect blend of youth and experience, quality and potential. They've got everything. Julian Nagelsmann has created a world-class side there, and we're reliant on John Murtaugh, which hasn't worked out quite so well. We've got an ageing squad. It's the last chance for a few of them. So let's hope they can turn up against all the odds and beat Bayern Munich at Old Trafford. First leg, here we go. Fingers crossed we don't get a pasting. Well, here we are with a throw on the left-hand side. Sonny Pavati, 7 minutes gone. Wouldn't mind a quick start, but it doesn't look to be forthcoming as Havertz forces it back and it's played long downfield. Benjamin picks it up though. Bayern very deep early doors, not much pressure. Gives them more space to counter in, I guess. As Boyer goes down the left, one of our few genuinely world-class players. Delivers into the back post, Yakubu's up. Keeper punches away well. And Ponza finds Hannibal. His through ball's blocked. Back to Yakubu and Gaia. To Amponza. Out to the left-hand side to Pavati. Crosses in for Mbappe. That is a start we were hoping for. The lads look well rested. They're producing the goods. That's a big start. Just looking at the team, Hannibal must be the only United original left in our starting 11, and he's only in that because of Jalocca being sold. But at the moment, we don't really care because we started fantastically, and Bayern haven't come out the traps yet. If we can get through this tie, we'll win the Champions League because there's no one stronger than them left. But there's 2 legs, and away from home last year, we got absolutely battered as Boyer comes through again. Unmarked, he's into the box. He's given us at least a life playing in that attacking midfield role. Boy, have we missed him the last few weeks. As we've got another free kick right side of the box. And Mbappe to Yakubu. Just over the bar. We've got to make this start count. We need to get 2 or 3 when we're this dominant. Because Bayern can score 2 or 3 at a canter. And if we waste chances, we will go out in this tie. They can't get any worse than they've been the first half an hour. Let's hope, though, we're able to hang on. As we're back with Bayern, just inside our half, playing some shorter football this time. Dennis tries the through ball, but it's intercepted well, and Fournier will hoof downfield. Mbappe chases, flicks down for Boyer, finds Zolis on the left wing, up to Mbappe. Oh, he's turned his man inside out. That is a wonderful goal. I wrote off Mbappe, saying that he's getting older, he's declining a bit, which he is. But he's still delivering the goods, he's still a world-class player. And we've got to make the most of him because once he's gone in the summer, if there's no replacement, we're basically an average side. As here come Bayern, are they finally going to push and get back into this game? Been really surprised by how deep they've set up. Even Dennis there, you can see he's in a sort of deeper midfield role as Hannibal nicks the ball off the centre half. They might well be the best side in Europe, Bayern Munich, but they have just not turned up here. 34 minutes in, it's been all United, and they've been atrocious. And we've seen from the away leg last year, we need a big lead because they're going to be relentless at home. And here, we've got off to a brilliant start, but we've still wasted chances. Can we get a third? It's Gaia with a throw by the corner flag to Boyer. Gaia finds Amponza. Back to Xavier Benjamin. Time and space to run into. Finds Ignacio and Boyer. Oh, just over the bar. Wonderful effort from the returning Frenchman, but it stays 2-0, and that might not be enough. 2-0 is the half-time score then. Bayern Munich just have not turned up. After all of our looking at their world-class talent, after telling them how brilliant they were. Kylian Mbappe's demotivated there. I've just been slightly distracted. Just going to say I'm delighted with your effort. He's not reacted either. So that's a slight problem at 2-0 up. But it has been the best half we could have hoped for. Well, 10 minutes gone in the second half, and it seems to be taking the same pattern, although Davis wins the ball at left back there. But they're leaving no one up. Dennis is so far deep, although we've made an awful mistake there. Xavier Benjamin, just as he did in the quarters, gives it away to Damsgaard on the left. Dennis finds Havertz. They've got to push Dennis up to that number 10 role, which they normally play, but not today. As here's Abdurrahman, the centre forward, to Adeyemi. Through to Abdurrahman, it's too good, but Fournier makes a wonderful save. That's why they signed an upgrading goal, because Fournier saved the day. An hour gone, still 2-0. But Bayern had their first big chance, as it's a free kick on the left for us, just in front of the halfway line. Pavati plays short to Hannibal, and Amponza. Mbappe's got Yakubu with him. Got to score. Does score. We're giving ourselves a real chance here. We're taking advantage of an awful off night for the visitors. And with an hour on the clock, it's 3-0 to Manchester United. And we could not have asked for a better performance than this, as Hannibal wins the ball in midfield. charges forward to Yakubu. He's got support with him, tries to shoot. It's blocked as far as Gaia, who finds Amponza. And Gaia again, edge of the box, right-hand side. Can he get it in? Mbappe's there! We're in dreamland! 4-0, hat-trick Mbappe. What on earth has happened to this Bayern team? We're going to go and make some subs because Boya needs to be rested. Yakubu looks knackered, we'll give him 5 or 10 more. But Selly and Boya will come off for Santiago Casal. The booked Hannibal will come off for Asher Gumbi. And we are going to try and make the most of this quite scintillating performance against by far the best team in European football. Who do we take off, Yakubu or Amponza? I'm mindful of the fact that we're not going to play any of these at the weekend, so Yakubu will get 6 days off. As Mashian, the Bayern keeper, goes long downfield. Don't concede silly goals now. As Amponza into Casal, could it get better? Zolis released from the left. It's a great last-ditch challenge by Casado. I'm genuinely astounded by what's happening here. I don't know how we're doing it. As it's into the back post. You've got to be kidding. Inacio heads in for 5. I've shown you the players that we're up against. They battered us last year. We've not got any stronger barring goal. I don't really get it. It's a big ball into the box from Bayern. It's so easy for Fournier. And it's going to be played out from the back. I would take Amponza off, but we don't have another central midfielder. So we're probably going to have to go for Yakubu on the right. Though here he is again. Running down the line. He's got no pressure on him. Into Mbappe. Oh, he's at the post. And I know that Bayern are brilliant. And at home they will be so aggressive. But surely we can't blow a 5-goal lead. Even us, away from home with an ageing squad, surely we can't blow a 5-goal lead. As Pavati gets a throw on the left. Can we keep it 5 is the question. Zolis switches to Thompson. Could it get better? Oh, Russell Thompson just wide. He loves that little technique on the half volley on the edge of the box. But that one is wide of the post. The only blemish on an absolutely brilliant night for Manchester United. A 5-0 win against the best side in Europe. A side that contains probably 3 of the best 10 players in world football. And we've somehow delivered that display. We've got to get through the Tottenham game and get to the second leg. I'm sure Bayern will put up a fight. But we can't blow this, can we? Well, fitness test time for the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. Russell Thompson not quite making it. He, of course, played at the weekend. But Selly and Boyer is rested. Jesus Bassone's nowhere near. But we're in decent shape. We're 5-0 up. And surely we can't blow what we've achieved in the first leg there. Even against the best side in the continent. Let's go to the schedule quickly so I can show you the game against Spurs. We won 4-1 in that one at the weekend. We went a goal down, but Russell Thompson, Alessandro Bordanelli, Marcus Rashford and Emre Uzun all got a goal apiece. And to be fair, Spurs have become a poor mid-table side now. They sold Kalantari, they lost Harry Kane to retirement, they've let loads of their quality players go. So they're not really a force to be reckoned with. But Bayern Munich should have been. We put them to the sword at Old Trafford. A rare off night for them. Let's see what they do today. They've got quality players. They've changed a few in the starting 11. But let's go and make our team as similar to last week as possible. And hope we get the same outcome on the night. Well, no surprises. It is the exact 11 that played in last week's game against Bayern in the first leg. I'm hoping they'll achieve the same outcome because they were scintillating that night. However, we know how strong this team are. We don't often collapse by 5 or 6. In fact, I don't think we ever have with this club. But we have been beaten comfortably. So what we want to do is avoid an early night. We'll drop to a balanced mentality. We'll try and keep things steady. And hopefully there won't be any early scares. Let's go and get into it. We're 90 minutes from a big showpiece final. And if we look at the host side, they've left out the striker, haven't they? He's out of the squad entirely. I'm not sure the reasoning for that. But they've got Lucas Dennis. They've still got most of the other attacking stars in. But I'm really surprised to see that. Hopefully that's a good sign because he is one of their best players. I'd imagine it's just an injury. But at 5-0 up, it would be a criminal disaster if we didn't get to the final. Who we'll face, we'll hopefully find out later. But let's just have a calm first half and avoid any scares. Well, 9 minutes in, we've got the ball just inside the Bayern half with a free kick. Playing it around nicely as Boyer tries to release Yakubu. It's a good challenge from Alphonso Davies. Last ditch slide there. And it's a long ball downfield as Inacio mops up for Benjamin. Into Amponza. Finds Hannibal. Chance to turn left, plays in Zolis down behind, gets in behind his fullback, cuts back on his right foot, gives it away to Adeyemi. Pavati can't get there. Adeyemi comes over halfway. Well got back at by the fullback in fairness, though Havertz gets through. Dennis chases, Benjamin does really well. And it's downfield by Fournier, but only as far as Kim to Kessie. Damsgaard, switch of play to Adeyemi. From the right hand side, back to Kim. And within 10 minutes, Bayern have got their first of the night. And if we can score 5 at home, so can they. And their star man is turning up for the big occasion. Not a good start for Manchester United. We now need it to calm down a bit. Well, 5 minutes to half time, we've managed to just take all the momentum out the game. And now we come forward down the left with Pavati. A goal here would surely seal it, as Yakubu's up at the back stick is off the line by Upamecano. And Adeyemi runs down the right. If they score on the counter here, 2-0 at half time will give them some confidence. And Pavati's going to get booked for that. It's a ridiculous trip. He was never getting the ball, but he took one for the team. I don't mind that. At half-time, it is just 1-0. They've only had 2 shots on target, and I can't see them scoring 4 more. If we can keep it consistent in the second half, we should have our place wrapped up in the final. Well, I know it's not too exciting for you guys, but it's exactly what I wanted. We've reached the 3-quarter mark in the game, and we've not had another highlight yet. Yakubu has been really quiet in both legs, so I'm just going to give him a little rest. Magno Luiz will come on the right wing. Vandenberg replaces Pavati, who's on a yellow. And Boyat continues his build to fitness. Santiago Casal will be on for him. A quarter of the game to go. Bayern not looking likely. They're having a few shots, but we're not seeing them. And they're not getting 4 in 15 minutes. Surely, as Alphonso Davies comes back with Havertz on the left wing. Ball into the box, it's headed just wide. Not the best defending that, it was a free header, but thankfully it's not on target. And with 10 to go, I think we can start to celebrate. Despite the 1-0 deficit on the night, we should be going through pretty comfortably here. We're back with 7 minutes to go as Kim plays out from the right hand side. Bayern working their way in here, they've got to go for it. There's 7 in the box, there's one of them, Kai Havertz. And it's 2-0, it shouldn't be enough. But it is enough to get us a little bit concerned. We'll find out who wins the second semi-final tomorrow. City v PSG, I think it was 0-0 in the first leg, as Bayern are in for 3. Let's not celebrate yet. VAR hopefully will rule it out, but regardless, they're putting up a fight late on here, and we've maybe got a little complacent. The goal stands, 3-0, 4 minutes of stoppage time. We can't throw it away, can we? No. 3-0 on the night to Bayern, but the 5-0 first leg win has got us through to the final. We did get battered on the road by Bayern, but we battered them at home even better. Let's go and see who we'll face in the final. PSG, the ones we want to avoid. City, a good side, but we know we can beat them on our day. So let's see who we're going to be facing. We'll be back in a minute to find out. Here it is then, second semi-final time. PSG world beaters, City, of course the Manchester rivals. With our win, we did get into the Club World Championship for next year, so another chance at a new trophy. But this is the one we really want. Can we get City in the final? That would be our preference. We're one click away from finding out. It's PSG, and we're going to have to rename a criminal for the final, unfortunately. But it's a 91st minute winner. PSG win by 4-3, and we will play them on the 28th of May. One of the strongest sides in Europe. The final is at the Stade de France, of course, which will make things difficult for us. PSG, well, they've won the Champions League a couple of times already. They're a very strong side. If we have a look at their competition history, they won it in 2030, so 3 years ago. They were in the final last year, lost to Milan, and now they're going to be the hosts and looking to back it up. So I'd imagine that's going to be a pretty difficult test for us. It's of course when we're next going to be back. We don't need to show the final 2 league games. There's nothing to play for. We've wrapped up the title. But it will determine success or failure. PSG v Manchester United. A wonderful opportunity to do the unthinkable. And Bayern Munich, despite giving us a scare at their place, absolutely collapsed at Old Trafford. If you did enjoy the episode though, seeing both legs in the Champions League, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. The Hemel save will be back tomorrow. There's a link to the latest one in the eye above, a tribute to a certain star of the save. There's also links up there to the football podcast, the Twitch channel, and the new merchandise store too. Don't forget to use the code at checkout for 5% off. And of course, we'll be back here in a couple of days' time to face PSG in the Champions League final. the head coach moment could be happening in the 12th season. Above my head now, though, is yesterday's Hemel video. Please do give that one a try. For now, though, yesterday's Hemel episode is just above my head. Please do give that one a try if you haven't already. And I'll see you here in a couple of days' time. United v PSG, the Champions League final is here.